Hi, welcome to the Yoga Athlete. This session is a balance session. Every athlete that I know needs to work on balance. So this session is going to go through all balance poses. It's one I recommend doing over and over again to help you improve and get better. Don't get discouraged if you find that it's hard and you don't have a lot of balance at first. Keep doing it. I promise you'll get better. So first, we're just going to breathe for a minute. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Keep breathing through your nose. I should mention I do have a couple yoga blocks. Yoga blocks are always great to help with balance. If you don't have yoga blocks, as always, you can use a kettlebell or a dumbbell or a book or a block, something to help you reach the floor. I don't think you'll need the yoga strap for these balance poses, but I have one back here if you need one as well. You can use a towel or a band. Take your hands on your knees again. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. We're going to bring our feet around behind us first and just come with our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. Cat-cow stretch here just to warm up our back for a second. Inhale, curl up to cat. And exhale, front-facing cow. Inhale, curl up. Exhale, front-facing cow. First balance pose we're going to do, take your right foot, extend it in the air straight behind you. Now, you don't want to rotate your hips up like this. You want them nice and flat. I always say think about balancing a plate of spaghetti right on your back. And then you're going to take your left hand straight out. Now, if this is too much, start by just balancing with that leg. Or you can reach out, opposite hand, opposite foot. Breathe. Again, if this is as far as you can go, that's fine. Try bending your knee, reaching for your foot, pressing your foot into your hand, opening up your chest. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale, release, and come back to center. Adjust your knees, adjust your hands. Cat-cow stretch, inhale, curl up to cat. Exhale, front-facing cow. And then take your left foot straight behind you. Again, keeping a nice flat back. Bring your right hand out. If you can't do that, hands right here are fine. And if you want to extend this, bend that knee, reach for your foot, press your foot into your hand and open up your chest. Inhale. When you're balancing, always stop and start again if you need to. Breathe, inhale, and exhale, reach out. Come back to center. Cat-cow, inhale, curl up. Exhale, front-facing cow. And since we were arching our back, we're gonna sit back to child's pose for a second. Inhale, and exhale. Come back up. Curl your toes under, press up to downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Step both feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, come up. Heart center. All right, inhale, hands up, slight back bend, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Take your hands and your elbows, drop your head, stretch your back. Inhale. And then exhale, take your hands down, bend your knees and look forward. This is monkey. From here, you can come up on your toes, hands to heart center. If you can't get your hands to heart center, you can be down there. This is another place a block is good. You can lift up on your toes and try to lift off. Breathe, inhale. And exhale, press up. Slight back bend, swan dive. I'm gonna keep this block close. Inhale, lengthen.
And exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, come up. Heart center.
And we're gonna take our left foot straight back to crescent pose. This is a balance pose. Hands up. Crescent pose, toes are forward. That's what makes it a balance pose. If our foot's out, it's more stable in those warrior poses. So up, hands up for balance. If you can't get your hands up, heart center's good. Inhale. And exhale, hands down.
Step that back foot forward.
Inhale, lengthen.
Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, come up.
And heart center. Step your right foot straight back to crescent. Find your balance first. Bring your hands up. The trick to balancing, remember, is to find a focal point that's not something that's not moving to focus your attention on. Heart center, inhale. Exhale down.
Step that foot forward.
Inhale, lengthen.
Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up.
And heart center. Now we're going to go into some pretty standard balance poses. Start with tree pose. Again, if you're working on balance, you can always come. I've got the rig right here. You can stand next to something, a wall, a chair, something to hold on to help with your balance. Tree pose, hands are here. Right foot comes to the inside of your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. Keep it away from your knee. You don't want that extra pressure on your knee. Don't be afraid to stop and start again. Find an object that's not moving to focus your attention on. Pull your core in nice and tight. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, hands up. If you can't do the arms, just stay with them heart center. We're gonna come out. In this series, we're gonna follow what's called the life of the tree. Here we are. Summer. Our hands are like leaves. They're gonna fall, signifying fall. They're gonna come behind your back in a reverse prayer if you can. If you can't do reverse prayer, just set them in the small of your back. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Hibernating in winter is what signifies behind your back. Now inhale, release your hands up, signifying spring, new life. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, think about gathering all the energy from the sun and pulling it heart center. And slowly with control, release that foot. Very good. Adjust your feet. Gotta do the other side. Inhale, hands up. Have to be balanced on both sides. Opposite foot to the inside of your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. Again, if you need something to hold on to, grab a hold of that. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. If you want to follow the life of the tree, inhale, hands up. Exhale, extend your branches, extend your fingers like leaves. Inhale. And exhale. Leaves falling, signifying fall. Coming behind your back to reverse prayer, signifying hibernation in winter. Inhale and exhale. Release your hands. Inhale up, birth, spring. Exhale. And then inhale, gathering all the energy from the sun and pulling it heart center. Slowly with control, release that foot. Inhale, hands up. Slight back bend, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. We're going to step back
to plank, lower down to chaturanga, and then cobra or up dog. We're gonna come down to our stomachs and we're gonna do one of my favorite balance poses called fish out of water. And you take your right hand, move block, reach forward, and roll onto your side. Now why I love this pose is because it's the safest balance pose you'll do. You don't have very far to fall. Then you take your left hand and you reach up for that right hand, or place your hand in front of you just like this. If you're reaching up for your hand, it looks like this, and then you inhale and lift up legs and arms and balance on your hip. Now you're gonna flop around a little bit. That's why it's called fish out of water. And slowly with control, come back down. Do one more on this side. If your hand is in front of you, you just press up. All right, inhale and lift up legs and arms. It's also a good core exercise. And slowly with control, come back down. Come back to center. And we're gonna roll on to our left. Take your left hand, right hand up by your left, and inhale and lift up legs and arms. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. One more inhale, and exhale, release. We're gonna do that one more time. Left hand up, inhale up, breathe. And slowly with control, release. Come back to center. Hands under shoulder, press up. Downward facing dog. Inhale. On your exhale, bring your right foot forward between your hands. You might want to reach for that block. Have it close by. Back foot's gonna turn out. Come up. And turn and open, straightening your front leg to triangle. Reach over, so you want to reach forward and over. If you need that block, triangle is a balance pose. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to turn to airplane and then reverse triangle. Try to get your gaze up to the ceiling. That takes more balance. Now reverse triangle, you can put the block on the outside of your knee or on the inside of your foot. Inhale and exhale, come back down. Take that block, bend your front knee, push off your back leg and come to what's called half moon. Now in half moon, you can use the block here. You turn your hips to the side and open up to the ceiling, just like that. Now, you don't have to use the block. Hand about a foot in front of your pinky toe, and turn and open. That's half moon. If you can't get all the way up like that in half moon, you can have your chest down. Just try balancing on one leg and one hand, and then slowly try to open up, either with the block or without. Hopefully you're still in half moon. Inhale and exhale. Bend your front knee. Come back out. And we're gonna bring that foot and step forward. Heart center. Take your right foot straight back. Hands out over your legs. Keep that front leg straight and hinge over to triangle. This time I'm gonna do it without the block. Breathe, inhale. And exhale, turn and open to airplane. Inhale. And exhale, reverse triangle. Again, if you can't get to the outside of your foot, the inside is fine. But trying to get your gaze up to that thumb is what makes it a balance pose. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, come back to airplane. Back to triangle, press off that back foot, bending your front knee. Bring that hand out.
to half moon. Now you'll probably find one side is easier than the other. It's perfectly normal. Open. Again, use the block if you need it. If you can't get your gaze up to your thumb on this, look at the floor. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Come all the way up. Very good. Bring that foot forward. And heart center. We're gonna do what's called figure 4 pose. Take your right foot over your left knee and sit down in a balance pose. Now in some of the deeper leg stretches, I go all the way over and touch the floor. We're not going to do that. This is just for balance. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, come up. Adjust your feet. Hands heart center. Left over right. Inhale. And exhale. Don't be afraid to start and stop again. Breathe, inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, come up. And release. Next pose is called eagle pose. Take your right hand here. Left hand is going to come up and around. And then right leg is going to cross over your knee. And you're trying to wrap your toes around your calf, like the legs of an eagle standing. Breathe, inhale. Now, if you can't do that, just getting them across like this on one leg is going to be a good balance. If you have to touch them down, you can't get them over your knee, that's going to help you balance too. Inhale. And exhale, release. Come back up. Inhale, hands up. Heart center. Left hand up. Right hand around. Bring your left foot over. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale slowly with control. Come up. And release. Good job. Inhale up. Slight back bend. Swan dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reverse, come up. Take your feet out to the edge of the mat. We're going to sink down to goddess pose. And then we're going to go into crow, all right? Hands in front. This is an arm balance. Hands in front. You're in the perfect position from this goddess pose. Your elbows are bent inside of your knees. You come up and just take your feet off and balance. Just like that. You can't be afraid of hitting your head. You kind of have to get over the fear of falling. And it takes practice. Very good. Come back down. Now we're going to come to our head. In this session, I am not going to do a headstand or a handstand. Those are ones to do. I get nervous not being there to help you, but if you want to try them against a wall, you can. I am, however, going to do a tripod pose. So you come down on your head with your elbows up. Again, you can always do this against a wall if it makes you uncomfortable. Take your knees to your elbows. And then just balance. Tripod, toadstool. Toadstools, this was called too. And slowly come down. Now from there is where you would push up to the headstand and then a handstand. And in another video, I will go over how to do that against a wall, but not in this one. All right, step your feet back, Press up to downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale, bring your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, come up. Heart center. The next balance pose that we are going to do is called Warrior 3. You don't do Warrior 3 a lot because it is a balance pose. Hands come up, press your hands out, scoop all the air in towards your chest, fingers towards you, and you're going to take your left foot straight back as you interlace your fingers, bring them up as far out as they'll go, hands by your ears, and balance on one leg. Now, if you can't do that, you can have your hands out to the side or down. You could use that block, just getting your chest down parallel to the floor and leg out as straight as you can. Slowly with control, come back up. And exhale, hands forward. Scoop all the air in again. Reach out, interlace those fingers, and then take your right foot straight back. Warrior 3 on the opposite side. Inhale and exhale slowly with control. Come back up. Very good. Adjust your feet. Now we're going to do our ballerina pose. This is one that it takes practice to do this, to get it good, so do the best you can. Take your right hand, reach down, bend your right knee, reach for your foot. If this is all you can do, it's a good start. If you can reach that foot back farther and reach out, breathe, inhale, press your foot into your hand, breathe, slowly with control, come back and release. Opposite foot. Again, if this is as far as you can get, or maybe just a little bit, practice, reach, press your foot into your hand, inhale, core is nice and tight, exhale, breathe, inhale, and exhale slowly with control. Come back down. Inhale up, slight back bend, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And we're going to step back to plank. All right, and lower down to chaturanga, through to cobra. Come back down. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. And now we're gonna do what's called three-legged downward dog. Take your right foot, extend it in the air behind you, point your toe and reach back. A little bit of balance here. Come back down. Opposite. We'll reach that left leg up. Inhale. And exhale, come back down. Press to downward dog. Then come down to your knees. We're gonna come all the way up. Cross your feet, sit back, soles of your feet together. Another balance pose here is our cobbler's pose. Lift up, pull your core nice and tight. And if this is all you can do is just balance right here, that's fine. If you want to try to reach your feet, turn the side a little bit, reach in between your feet for your hands. You're going to take your legs straight out. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale slowly with control. Come back down. Bring your feet around behind you again.
Press back up to downward facing dog. Inhale. And then exhale. Plant your right hand on the mat and turn and open to side plank. This is a balance pose, strengthening that arm. Then, if you can, lift up that back leg. Oops, see, that's what happens. Sometimes you fall. And slowly come down. Come back to center. Opposite hand down. Lift up. And then if that's all you can do, that's fine. If you can lift that back leg, a good modification for that is also on your knee to start with. But if you can get up on your toe and get that leg up,
You're gonna get good balance that way. And strength.
come back to plank.
Lower to chaturanga. Through to cobra. Inhale. And exhale, come back down. Press up.
Downward facing dog. Breathe, inhale.
Balancing's hard work. I don't know if you're sweating, but I am.
Come down to your knees. Cat-cow stretch. Inhale, curl up.
Exhale, front facing cow. Sit back to child's pose just to stretch everything out for a minute.
Inhale. And exhale. Come back up. Cross your feet.
Sit back. Hands on your knees. This was just a very basic balance course, balance class. I have some others that will be more advanced, have more arm balances in them, and then, like I said, handstands and headstands against the wall. But hopefully, if you'll work on this over and over, it's going to improve your balance. I recommend doing this several times until you feel like you can master all of those poses for 5 breaths. Hopefully, after doing this class, you feel more balanced and stronger. In yoga, we say namaste. Namaste means the light in me recognizes the light in you. Thank you for choosing the Yoga Athlete. Namaste.